Hello and welcome to Berlin, or as the Germans would say, Willkommen zu Berlin. I think if I mispronounced anything, please don't hate on me. Today we're here in the German capital city to test drive a brand new car, and as you probably figured out already because I'm inside it, this is the new Opel Astra Electric, and it's a brand new car. These are the first international test drives set up with it, and I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about it and what you should expect from this new electric car from Opel. Now, starting off, what is it? Well, this is the compact hatchback car offered by by Opel in this segment. It's an electric motor and it uses the same platform as its brothers, the E208, the E2008 and a number of other models. It's called the EMP platform. It's the second version, EMP2. And this is the first time in 12 generations when the Astra is offered as an electric vehicle. Now, in terms of design from the outside, you would be hard-pressed to figure out what's different on this car compared to a normal Astra, or an internal combustion engine Astra, or a plug-in hybrid model. And that was intentional because, as we were told, the people from Opel wanted to create this car to feel like a regular model, not too different in any way. They wanted to create a car that looked and felt and drove exactly as you would expect it to, a regular car to, but it had a different drivetrain underneath. That's all they wanted to change. And I think it worked. Now, they told us that all Opel Astra electric models will be coming with this front fascia. I'm going to add some videos for you over here. They will come with this sportier look, and depending on the market, the kit you get as standard will vary, of course, as will the pricing. But all models will be sporting this more aggressive front fascia. Of course, we have the Opel visor up front and the new headlamps. By the way, the headlamps can have intelligent LED lighting, pixel lighting as they call it, which comes with up to 168 individual LED lights inside each headlamp for more precise lighting on the road. And I think it's a very good lighting system, but I'm gonna have to test it a bit more in the future to figure out if it's worth the money or not. Now, on the sides, you get standard 18-inch wheels with a special dimension for the tires. It's 215/45 R18. They told us that they had to adapt this tire size that's not found on the regular Astra in order to make the car more efficient. So I'm guessing they are narrower in order to make the car slip through a lot easier. And around the back you have the E inscription on the tailgate that tells you this is an electric car. In terms of boot space, we still have the same 352 liters as on the plug-in hybrid model, which is roughly 70 liters less than on a regular Astra, an internal combustion Astra, which I think it's a fair trade-off. Now, in terms of overall size and interior space, it is the same as the plug-in hybrid, and even the weight of the car is the same as on the plug-in hybrid, about 1600 kilos, which is quite nice. It's a good achievement in my book. And I do have a lot of space up front. I'm comfortable, no issues whatsoever. In the back, well, people over 6 feet tall might be touching the headliner. I do when I sit in the back, but I do have enough knee room when I have this seat adjusted in my comfortable driving position. So 2 6 feet tall people could fit one in the back of the other in this car. So I guess that's a plus for the Astra. And in terms of interior design, not a lot has changed. As you can see, the layout is the same, the materials are the same, so no changes. We still have this detox technology philosophy that Opel implemented with the Mokka earlier and the Corsa, which involves not less technology, but involves making it easier to use it. And I think it's pretty easy to use. I like these physical buttons over here, which allow you to select a certain menu in the screen. So yeah. Now, leaving all of this aside, what hides under the body? Oh yeah, another highlight of the car is the head-up display. It is absolutely brilliant. It looks great. It's pretty big. It's color. And it has a lot of info on it, making your navigation, for example, a lot easier. Now, in terms of technical details, this car, as I told you, uses the same platform as a lot of other electric offerings from Stellantis, but it uses the newer generation electric motors and newer generation batteries in the floor. So compared to older technologies, we have a bigger battery, which has a total capacity of 54 kilowatt hours and a usable capacity of 51.5, which is a 6.5 kilowatt hour improvement compared to the old models. We also have more powerful electric motors, well, one of them, because this car has a 156 horsepower motor under the hood, whereas the older models had 136 horsepower. But there's a tiny side note here. The car will have different power levels depending on the driving mode you select. So if you're in eco mode, you will have up to 108 horsepower at your disposal. In normal mode, you have 136 and 250 newton meters of torque. And in sport mode, you have the full 156 horsepower and 270 newton meters of torque. Now, mind you, if you need all the power, all you have to do, no matter what driving mode you're in, you have to press the go faster pedal to the floor. It has a kick down point and you will get all the power. Also, the top speed of the car is unchanged no matter what driving mode you're using, and that's 170 kilometers an hour. Now, what about the range? Well, Opel says that you should get 418 kilometers of range out of a full battery. Though that's the data they got in the WLTP test cycle. However, the results I got today were a bit better, I could say, because the average energy consumption they quoted was 14.8 kilowatt hours. The average energy consumption I got today is 13.2 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers covered. I did 107 kilometers so far, and with an average speed of 35 kilometers an hour. I think that's a pretty good result. Of course, the weather helped. It's pretty cold. I didn't have to use the AC at all. The average temperature today was about 20 degrees Celsius, so ideal for testing conditions. And I did use the car primarily around Berlin on a series of B roads and on the highway, so not heavy traffic at all. And I think that's a pretty impressive result. So better than the figures they claim. In terms of recharging, well, it depends on what kind of charger you're going to use. This car has a maximum charging power of 100 kilowatts, and if you use such a charger, you should be good to go in under 30 minutes. If you don't have a fast charger at your disposal, if you're using an AC charger, you should be looking at about 5.5 hours, because the top speed on a AC charger is 11 kilowatts, not 22. So that could be an issue. I would have preferred a 22 kilowatt charger. But the car is quite comfortable. They told us that they had to reinforce the suspension and change the suspension at the back primarily because it has more weight to handle. But I don't feel it incredibly stiff. I think it's a very good mix overall. I think there's a good balance to the car. It's quite fast off the line. Not neck braking, but it can go pretty fast. And I think you have plenty of power for most use cases, for most situations, even at highway speeds. It should be perfectly comfortable. It's well sound insulated and incredibly comfortable. The seats are AGR certified seats, so they are incredibly good on your spine, and I have been spending a lot of time on board of this car today, and I feel relaxed, I feel okay overall, and I really like this car. Now, pricing hasn't been announced for all markets yet, so it will depend on where you live to see exactly how much this car will cost. They did tell us that the car will come with a lot of standard kit, so including a heat pump. So all Astra models, no matter the market they're in, will get a heat pump as standard, so that's pretty awesome. But that will also mean that most Astra models on most markets will be quite expensive because they will have a lot of kit on them. But we'll have to wait and see exactly what the pricing will be. As for availability, look for these cars to arrive late this year and early in 2024. So this is a test done roughly 6 months ahead of the first deliveries. But overall, I really enjoyed my time with the car, and I think it's a worthy car to be taken into account if you're looking for an electric model later down the line. So I would really like to know your guys' opinion about it. Please let me know in a comment in the comment section below, and of course don't forget to like, share and subscribe to keep this channel alive until we get to do a proper real life range test, as I got you guys used to so far on my channel. This has been a first contact with the Opel Astra Electric, and these are my first thoughts on it. We will get it in 2024 to do an in-depth review with it, but until then, this will have to do. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to feed your passions, of course, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Ciao.